Hello, my dears, and welcome back to my weekly intention series. First of all, thank you from the bottom of my heart to all of you who emailed and messaged and left comments about the first weekly intention series episode 2 weeks ago. I'm so happy that this is resonating with you. These are short little audio episodes. I call them transmissions because that's kind of how they feel. These are not planned. This is me sharing what's on my heart in real time. And the focus is on bringing intention into the kitchen, but also into our lives. Because as I shared on the last episode, intention is the word. As I've spoken with spiritual leaders, with elders, the word intention comes up every single time without fail. It seems like intention is the magic sauce in helping us live the lives we want to live, but also are meant to live. So it can be a really useful tool. And of course, my lens is in the kitchen, so we start there, but this is a tool that you can extend out of the kitchen as well. Last week, the intention that I offered you was I will invite ease. And when I sat down to meditate this morning with my journal, the intention that I knew I had to share, which made me laugh, was I will slow down. So if any of you know me, I am getting slower, but I was not born a slow soul. I'm an Aries sun. I have 3 planets in Aries, balanced by my Pisces rising. But regardless, I've always moved fast. Fast feels good. I mean, I went to culinary school and I was forced to move fast in the kitchen. But as I enter this season of my life in my mid-40s, I am being called constantly to slow down. It's interesting because slowing down doesn't necessarily have to be a physical turtle kind of movement. In fact, slowing down doesn't have to involve movement at all, although it certainly can. In the kitchen, when I set an intention to slow down, sometimes dinner gets on the table just as fast or even faster because I'm not getting so distracted. I'm not messing up, to be honest. When I slow down, I'm far less likely to burn the nuts in the oven than I am when I'm moving fast. Slowing down helps us to tune in. We cannot tune in to what our inner heart is saying if we're in go, 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 busy mode. So it becomes a practice of slowing down. Now, some people I know, like my husband, are really good at this innately. And I think this is still a valuable practice for us to all remember because the culture we live in values speed, efficiency, and productivity. So for us to slow down, it's a bit of a retaliation against all of this conditioned thinking. And yet, when we slow down, we find our power. That's when we can tap into that inner serenity that is inside us all the time, even when we forget it's there. I was just taking a walk the other day, and I love being outside in nature and taking walks. And I'm telling you, this walk was like something I had to check off my to-do list. I was like, okay, now I'm going for a walk. Walk, 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 walk. Let me put on my podcast. I'm going to get this walk over with. And all of a sudden I was like, girl, this is supposed to be your moment of pleasure. This is not something you're supposed to do. You're supposed to walk for you. And so I took out my earbuds and I just slowed down. And in doing so, a hawk flew over the top of my head. I noticed the light filtering through the trees. It felt like I could communicate with nature. And when I was in go, go, go mode, I wasn't connected to anything really, except for like productivity. So there's something there, like slowing down helps us connect to ourselves, but then also, if you're on a walk or outside, to the earth. And then if you take this into the kitchen, slowing down helps us connect to our food. I mean, how special and privileged and lucky and beautiful we get to prepare meals for ourselves. And this is something to honor. And when we slow down, like, oh my gosh, It's so fun to slow down when you're baking. I'm telling you, watch chocolate melt like in a double boiler and just slow down and watch it. I don't know about you, but I find so much joy in that process. So we get to access more pleasure. We slow down and all of a sudden we're available for more connection and more pleasure. My father-in-law, who I just love dearly, there's legends about how slow this man eats. He eats so slowly, but it is so fun to feed him. It's so fun to watch him eat because he just basks in food. He basks in pleasure. He doesn't want to speed up because he's literally savoring every bite. And I often have to remind myself that. I mean, so often we just feed ourselves, we shovel food in, and it's a means to an end. And of course, we are going to have those moments, and that's totally okay. But if you remember to slow down, what door do you open to pleasure? Where can you feel more satisfaction? And in fact, slowing down helps us feel into our bodies when we are satisfied. So we don't just eat the whole, bag of whatever. We're like, actually, I feel so good after 2 handfuls. This is all I need, or whatever the case may be. And we can bring this into our work day as well. I have like 17 Post-it notes on my desk today. And I think this is why my inner voice was like, slow down. Because my go-to little Aries, Nikki, wants to tackle all of them at once and just wants to beep, 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 bop, 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 get through them. Okay, now I'm done. I've done it. I've done it. I've done it. And when I do that, I lose any of the joy in the process. I lose any of the satisfaction or any of the connection. I'm hopefully creating work that's meaningful and I want it to feel good as I do it. And I want it to also come from a place of serenity and not a place of productivity. So this week, my invitation for you is to set an intention to slow down. As I said last week, you can pop a Post-it note, write this on a Post-it note and pop it on your fridge. I think I need this reminder all the time because this is a practice and we get distracted. We are so distracted. So maybe put it on your fridge and see what happens. See what happens when you set an intention to slow down in the kitchen. You can start just in the kitchen, like when you're making a piece of toast or when you're making coffee. What happens when you slow down? And as I said, sometimes this is a mental speed and not necessarily a physical speed. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. If you have another intention that you are sitting with this week, let me know. And also, if this work resonates with you, this is kind of the crux of my new book, Mind, Body, Spirit, Food, which is now available for pre-order. Woohoo! The book doesn't come out till January, but pre-orders are massively important. So if you're interested in ordering that, you can get that wherever books are sold. Okay, my loves, I hope that you have a beautiful week, a week of sweet, delicious slowing down. Until next time, remember to nourish yourself with intention and love.